the other person could have, let's say, a red mark or a scratch. Good afternoon. This is David Kohlmeyer, the Problem Solver. Thanks for joining us today. Today with my co-host, John Orlando. And we also have today's special guest, AJ Kahn with United States Business Bureau. Yep. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me.
So basically today we're inviting different people in the community that are basically part of Social Register and basically that are doing good things in the community. Tell us a little about yourself and your business that you're running.
So I started the United States Business Bureau back in 2012 out in California. The short story is I had a really bad experience, like we all do at certain restaurants. You make a complaint and you file a threat with the Better Business Bureau, and that didn't go anywhere. And It just felt like too many people make those threats or those complaints. Nothing's done about it. And I said, someone's got to step up. So I actually created the USBB, as I call it for short, and it was where we had a community of ethical businesses on our coattails. Everybody abide by a code of ethics. We had mentorship, mastermind groups, just ways to show them how to function on an ethical side, in perform better business practices. So with that, they're recognized as the go-to people in their particular industry. And so we've been doing really well. It's just with the pandemic, things got really kind of choked up.
There was no business.
There wasn't. So we did go onto the digital side of everything. A lot of people will ask us if we're like the Better Business Bureau or like a Chamber of Commerce, and there are some similarities, but nevertheless, we still have our own uniqueness.
Yeah. It's a great idea.
So explain to me again. So like if I went, what's the most common thing? Give me like an example.
Well, let me ask you this. When you go to, you need some new clients. You want to mix and mingle at networking events. That's great. However, your reputation needs to also precede yourself.
Okay.
So when we're actually promoting you, we're telling people, we're watching on social media, we're listening in the public at large, people that need an attorney, people that actually need a specific service. And if you're on our coattails, we're going to say, hey, we recommend these people. Right. Here's why they've gone through a vetting process.
You're the trusted stamp of approval.
We are.
Yeah. No, I get it. I love it.
I like that you have the scales of justice on this.
Thank you.
As the problem solver, being a retired cop and basically doing what I'm doing, I like the scales of justice, kind of a logo. So I guess here's a question. So like, do people, if they went to a place and they had a bad experience, would they go to the website? Do they call you? How does that go down? Like, is it kind of like Yelp?
It's in a way like Yelp. However, we don't host reviews on our website. That actually is a liability, a big one. But you can always try to sue Yelp and see how far you get.
Right.
So people will, if they have a bad experience with any one of our members, and we do only hold to accountable our members,
okay.
We will intervene. Everything has to be reconciled within 72 hours.
So basically, let's just recap. So United States Business Bureau really is a referral network of different people. So do you have like a painter, a plumber, an air conditioning guy, a lawyer, all that stuff, right?
Yes, but it's not category exclusive. So we can have 1,000
Multiple
realtors
people.
on.
Right.
But rather than fighting against Google and wondering if somebody's going to look for you there, you have a better chance at being found by us. Plus, we're also promoting. So we have people watching out for all of our members and supporting each other.
Yeah, it's a great idea.
Our network, their spirit of influence becomes your spirit of influence.
How do you, like so many people are probably overly sensitive or they make a mountain out of a molehill. What do you get a lot of those calls, like someone that's disgruntled about, I stayed at this local hotel or whatever, and there was this loud noise in the hallway, and I want all 3 nights comped, and I told them right before I checked out, rather than, you know what I mean, or whatever sometimes people like kind of push it. Do you keep them in check? And like you're like, hey,
we do investigate both sides of the story. And we do that rather quickly. We need to make certain that it's not just someone trying to get something for free,
right?
And they've already eaten the food,
right?
And so a lot of times, it's in our best interest to retain the valued client/customer. If you have to comp them a drink, okay,
right?
But we're not saying you're going to own the whole entire restaurant,
right? After
this ordeal,
yeah.
So, we've had some...
It's great. You serve as like the mediator, essentially, right?
We do.
Yeah. No, it's a great idea.
So let me ask you, so what is it normally, is it cost a fee to be a part of it? Tell us, like, my wife's a realtor, so if we added my wife as a realtor to the network, to your network, What's the fee? How does that work? And
It is membership driven on an annual basis.
okay,
Top dollar, $297 a year.
okay, so reasonable.
We do have payment plans as well, because
Okay.
we understand. I, for one, understood that when I was in networking groups, people were always asking, do you have a payment plan? And if we didn't, they'd go somewhere else.
Got it.
So
Right.
I want to be able to still focus on the do-gooders, even if they're on a budget.
Yeah.
Because people do great business, they're just trying to get their business started.
Sure.
So we're excellent for startups mainly. However, for the small to medium-sized business is where we really focus on. So for realtors, we always like to find people. We're always watching people that are moving in and out of the state. So
Yeah.
who do we know? And people always call and say, who do you know? Who do you got on your list that could help me, move my house, sell my house? I need to relocate. We have that.
It's a great idea because it's like you said, to call the Better Business Bureau, right? Like, can you really get someone on the phone? Do they really care? Do they don't know what they're too big to right? It's almost like they're too big. That's the biggest challenge, I think, with anyone today in 2021. You can't get anyone on the phone to solve your problem.
No, and we did our research in a immense way for that particular reason. You're talking to the CEO of the United States Business Bureau right now, and I tell a lot of our prospects, have you ever spoken to anyone or met them in person that
Right.
works with the Triple B? Because, I have, but that was a completely different story with the president of the national chapter.
Sure.
But, they're right up the street where we're at here right now, but nobody knew that.
Yeah.
So we like to intervene. We make it more of a personal note that I want to see our members. I'm not going to be able to see every member. So across the nation, we have territories and we have other presidents in other areas in the states. That
Oh, well, so you're
lead it
already
up.
nationwide.
We're working on it right now.
Got it.
Right now, we're starting on the western side of the states.
It's great.
I like it. So I guess what we'll do is we got to get Sticky Paws Studio here because they do a lot of different podcasts basically go on. So we want to make them the premier place that people that want a podcast to come here. We basically, myself, the problem solver, being more of a nonprofit component, basically trying to help people, people that are homeless, getting them housing, whatever it may be. As a retired cop, I'm trying to basically help people and pay it forward. And then we also have the Las Vegas Legal Network, basically a network of attorneys, where basically we're trying to basically get people help. And I'm asking for different lawyers to do some pro bono, like free traffic ticket representation, stuff like that. So maybe what we could do is if we meet up maybe next week and we can figure out how to work together.
Absolutely.
And also help grow, the people that are members. But also you're going to have clients, right? People are calling you and say, hey, right, who's a lawyer, who's a plumber, where should I go for a podcast? And then you could refer people, right?
There's always that go-to list.
The good people, right?
Right, the trusted ones.
Got it.
We have one major unique part about our company that we're getting ready to launch. So this is where we're always looking for help. It's called the YES program. That's the Young Entrepreneur Society. These are for kids ages 8 to 20 that are starting their own businesses, but they don't have any business guidance. There's a gap in between the educational system and business.
Yep.
You'll be talking to one at 6 o'clock tonight. That's the beginning of that launch.
It's great. Yeah.
Awesome.
I love it. I'm in.
I'm looking forward to actually, meeting next week, and then we can sit down and kind of strategize a little bit in general how we can work together. Well, thank you so much for joining us. And like I said, for your phone number, you want to give out any information, phone number, website, email, you want to share?
Absolutely. We're easily found on our website. That is www.usbb.us, or you can spell it out, United States, bb.us. Not .com, but US.
Okay.
You can always find all of our members if you need a various service. We are growing, and we're looking forward to continuing.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for joining the Problem Solver today. We will see you next week. And any problems, to call the Problem Solver. Have a great day.
Thank you, Dave.